Welcome to the next video. Now that we have created the PCB placement features in the motor cover, we are assuming that the left and right movement can be restricted with this slots. Okay, I think I need to extend the height of the slot firstly, so I'll just select this surface and maybe offset it. Okay, come back to the Blender assembly, right? So we are assuming that the left and right movement can be restricted with these features. Okay, and the up and down movement can be restricted with this slot. So once the PCB is seated in the slot, it cannot go further down. Okay, but just imagine if I'm just pressing Ctrl D, this is the correct orientation of your of the motor cover. So this is the base part. Okay, and in the front view it looks something like this, and if I'm hiding the, or if I'm just converting this into transparent shape or transparent shaded view, you can see that the PCB is hanging upside down, so it can just fall down also. Okay, we have certain feature on the top that will allow it to be seated, but it has the tendency to kind of come down, something like this. All right, so we need to have a restricting feature in the counterpart also, that is the base. All right, so I'll just change this to the shaded view first of all, and I'll just get back the base. I'm sorry, I've hidden the PCB also, and I'll just get back this motor cover. Now I'll just hide the motor cover, and you can see the PCB is somewhere at this position. Now we should have a similar feature that restricts the moment from this base. All right, so when the base is installed, it should connect with the PCB, and it should allow the PCB to be seated in its place. All right, now I'll be creating a similar feature what I've created for the motor base or the motor cover. Okay, a kind of a rib with a slot. So we will be creating something similar to what we have created. So firstly I'll be just activating, and let me just analyze the distance between the PCB surface and the base of the motor base. So it's 0.44. I'll just copy it. I'll select the surface, click on the plane, and I'll just confirm because explored view is turned on. I'll just paste it and press OK. So we have a plane at this position. I'll just align it to normal and click on extrude. Now I'll be creating two rectangles firstly, something like this, and a center line to ensure that I'm maintaining symmetry. It's already symmetric, so I'll maintain a distance of 0.1. 0.3 is sufficient. One over here. All right, otherwise I can shift this thing little bit upward, somewhere over here. This will be 0.1, this will be 0.3, and I'll just reduce it something like this, and I'll just select this, mirror it on the other side. I'll just maintain this 0.95 or 0.8, sorry, 1, and reduce this to be 0.05. all right, now I'll just press OK and change the direction. All right, I'll be changing the direction, and I can just try to press OK for now, or increase the side, something like this, and then make a cutout using simple extrude. So I'll be removing this piece of, so it's saying that the sketch is partially placed. I'll select different planes and press OK. Select all the dimensions and press Ctrl T. Press OK. Remove it. Alright, now you can see this wall is getting extended, so maybe I can just try to remove this piece of, firstly I'll just hide the PCB board. I'll just click on extrude, select the surface, alright, just press OK, remove material, so it's kind of curved over here. Alright, if you want you can just increase this, because if you want to maintain some uniformity you can select this surface, go to offset, increase it slightly. Alright, I'll just turn on the blender and get all the parts back. Maybe take a cut section, I don't know which, somewhere over here, and get back all the parts. So this is how your PCB will be, held. Look, these parts are not touching down, so we have to ensure that this is up to the bottom surface. Alright, yep, now reactivate the blender assembly. Now if you just imagine the assembly, it will be somewhat like this. When we are assembling the entire set of components, we will take the motor cover, add the PCB to this, okay, and then we will be adding the cover from the top. Okay, so this both will be saving the PCB at its place, and then we will be screwing it over here. Alright, now in the next video we will be creating rubber parts which will be inserted in this holes. Okay, let us move to the next video.